Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always, and welcome back to Material Energy 5. In the last episode, we collected diamonds and a bunch of primal mana from Mount Perish. Now, I do not have Mount Perish currently activated in the spatial storage area because I went back to the original area. One, I found a cauldron sitting there, so I got a little bit more iron, but as you can see, I'm tree farming. This is a lot easier than the tree farm that you get normally, so I figured I would go with that. Now, between episodes, I have been quite busy. I am currently cooking up a bunch of charcoal, because it's good to have some extra charcoal every once in a while, for alchemy or whatever, and just cooking that up. And let's see, what else did I do? I went outside of the station, back to all of the areas down here and over here, all of the areas over here, and I went and collected all of the ores that we can now silk touch with our diamond pickaxe. And what else did I do? I smelted up all of the weighted pressure plates, the iron pressure plates. I got a ton of iron, so this is what I've collected. I have about a stack and a half of iron, a little over half a stack of lapis, a little over a stack of oriclase, plus an three oriclase blocks that were hidden underneath the ores outside of the station, a little bit of nether quartz, a little bit of Sturgis quartz, and some redstone. So most of the ores we're going to put back, and we're going to take one of these blocks of oriclase, but the iron we're going to turn into iron blocks and see how many we have. So we have 10. We have 16 total iron blocks. Alright, we are getting close with the iron. Something else I've been doing, I've been farming, so getting beets, and I went ahead and doubled production. I figured we've been using potatoes for food. I've been cooking those up just in case. And then we have a wheat farm for both the seeds and the wheat for animals. And we don't really need carrots. Carrots don't give us much of anything, so we can just, come down here and collect all of the beets and start working on getting more and more and more iron. Iron is literally the worst thing right now for us. We need to get clever sometimes with how to produce iron, and yeah, it's gonna take a while to get all 20 blocks we need for the magnetize, what are they called, ability totem. However, before we go back to the observatory, where is, I guess the monument is on the other side. There it is. So we have oriclase block, and that's actually a victory monument item, I do believe. We need a copper, and iron, silver, oriclase. We'll put that one there. Wow, I actually jumped. I was not expecting that. Ooh, we got 4 rare rewards. Okay. We're gonna go collect some more blocks. So we're probably not gonna do the iron quite yet. Let's go to the alchemy lab because it's the easiest thing. I know vaguely where we're at. My frame rate feels low, but we should have more than enough for the diamond blocks. We need a copper block and a silver block. And silver we can definitely get. So if we look at the uses of the silver, and I can always go get more. That's not too difficult. We can pulverize it and get lead as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Or induction smelter. Only cinnabar gives you good stuff, and we've been collecting slag, but not anything good. So let's pulverize. I guess we'll do 9. And yeah, I was not expecting the fireworks. That actually scared me. So completing the victory monument is a good idea. So that's what we're gonna continue working on. So let's go ahead, put the charcoal away. We're gonna pop up to the alchemy lab real quick, just so that we can place in some beetroots and get some more iron. I'd like to get the 20 iron that we need for the quest before we do too much else. Can I see? I wish I could see the various places a little easier. But that is enough. I guess let's just do this. And we'll get the silver block fairly soon. So let's go ahead and get some more iron. We could probably go ahead and sag mill this iron. Now I was looking through the quest book and I noticed that there is a so cryothium and pyothium dust. I don't think we can get pyothium dust yet, but I was looking at this quest area and notice that there's a farming station quest now. So we might want to kind of look around every once in a while and make sure there's no new quests. The farming station one is just build a farming station so it will, you know, automatically farm for us. And this is pretty expensive. We need emeralds and a lot of stuff that we don't actually have yet. But that's okay. We'll get there. So let's cook up the silver and then we will get some more stuff. So we just need 9. This is going to take a little bit of time. And so let's just run over to the alchemy lab and see if we can't get a little bit more iron. Now there is a couple other ways we can get iron. And obviously there is blood, which we have 112. So let's just take a stack of blood. And that's going to give us a stack of iron oxide. Perfect. So let's just grab as much iron as we can. And all of this oxygen. I really don't know what we're going to end up doing with all of it. I think for right now, do we have any void upgrades? Can we make any void upgrades? Assuming that they are just obsidian. So we need a bunch of obsidian. Do we have any upgrade? No. Okay. So I think for right now, we're just going to not worry about that. But let's go ahead and get some more iron. So 15 iron plus 4. That's 2 more blocks. We are halfway there. And then we'll have plenty of iron we can do other things with. So let's go back to the observation. Let's grab our silver. And then let's put those all on the monument because we've been neglecting that. I think it's still cooking a little bit of silver, so we're gonna wait. That's gonna take forever. Let's go ahead and make our silver block. Perfect. So the rewards are probably different based on, you know, whatever it is we are putting down. Progression, as it's kind of known usually. But this is so weird. Okay, let's just go to the hub. And then the monument is down here. Alright, so this time I'm not going to jump. I'm not scared. So we have copper, silver, and diamond. So 8 rewards, rare rewards for that, 12 uncommon for that, and 4 uncommon for that. So this is probably somewhere in between. There is probably some other things we can do. Septuple compressed cobblestone. Some of this stuff we'll get later. But cool. There we go. That is not bad. Let's go back to the observatory. And let's open up these uncommon rewards. See what we can get. Maybe we'll get something good. Grass blocks is nice. 4K storage cell is really nice. A lot of the stuff we've already gotten before. More hot dogs. That's good. Always check the storage cells. You never know what you're going to have. And Cool. Lots of stuff. Let's go ahead and put most of this stuff away. I have a stack of hot dogs, so that is what we want. And all this other stuff we can just go ahead and put away for right now. And we'll pop down and put these storage cells in here. So hopefully we will be getting to the next area today. We'll kind of see, but we're probably just going to have like a base episode. So let's get a 12 rare rewards. Sponge, Wild's Dream, I think we've gotten that before. A chisel, Flint and Vulcanite, a golden lasso. That is going to be put to use immediately. Do we have any more? I don't remember if we did get one before. Okay. Wild's Dream. Okay, we've got 2 of those now, and they are the same exact thing. So, while I was in here earlier, there is a llama, but there is also a couple of sheep. And let's turn that off. Maybe that's causing a little bit of frame rate issue. But we're going to grab the sheep for, farming sheep. That's kind of good sometimes to have a little bit of sheep. And we can put them down here. I think for right now, we'll go ahead and put them just right in here with these guys. But with that, we can produce wool, infinite wool. And wool is actually kind of useful because with white wool, one, we can chisel it to pretty things, but we can chemical dissolve it into protein and triglyceride, which is not too interesting. However, if we dye wool, so let's say blue wool, that is going to be lapis. We can dissolve it. Oh, it doesn't work. So in earlier chemistry mods, so alchemistry is a newer one that I've not messed with too much. In the other material energies, you'd have like, what was it called? Mind Chem. Mind Chem would allow you to basically get whatever the dye is. So blue wool would have a chance for whatever lapis gives you. And lapis is usually kaolinite. It's got a lot of silicon and aluminum and calcium, sodium. It's good stuff in general. So unfortunately that's not the case, but wool is still useful. So Ultimate Stew, that is really, really cool. That is a late game item. Requires a lot of farming stuff plus nether wart, but it's also a really good food. It gives you 400 saturation. You don't typically eat it though. You usually use this for making infinity crystals, or we could also use it for energy apparently. Magical apples, ability totem. What's the ability? Magnetize. That's what I'm trying to get. Another magnet, a potion of healing, a sleeping bag, a signalum kit. The sleeping bag seems like a really bad idea. We're in the end. That's not usually the place you want to sleep. So I think we got better things from the uncommons in general, but not bad. So we're gonna just collect some stuff from here, and at this point, let's go ahead and see what we can get into. So we need to collect some more things to make the great machine. By touching the fragment. Yep. So we need an iron gear of some sort. So that is 4 iron. Of course we're going to need more iron. Let's go harvest our crops one more time and see if we can't get close to the amount of the 20 blocks of iron. Because I don't think we have to actually turn that in. If we do, that's unfortunate. But I don't think we do. It's just a possess type quest. And if that's the case, then we can then use that iron to make other things. Obviously. We're going to reuse that iron and not just, sit on it. So let's head back to the alchemy lab. Let's get this all processed. And, there is always the idea of we need iron, right? Well, how can we get iron? Well, we can look at induction smelting. There is a lot of things we can induction smelt. Doors, if we can find iron doors, would be really good. But I'm kind of hoping that here soon, the weighted pressure plates is fantastic, by the way. But I'm kind of hoping that at some point we'll be able to get access to actual iron ore, but who knows if that'll ever happen. And I think it's also going to be a fairly good idea for us to go ahead and probably make a void upgrade. So we might work on that in a little bit. So there is 8 more iron. Let's just go ahead and use this to make the gear. And then we should be able to turn that in. And then we just need a crusher and a storage housing. And that is it. So let's head back to the observatory. And the crusher. What are we going to need for this? We're going to need ore class, copper, and silver, plus a furnace. Okay, that is not too terribly difficult. Furnace is pretty easy. And if we tell the crusher, we already have everything. Perfect. So there is the crusher. Now this is a machine for metallurgy. And this allows us to crush ores into powders. And ingots as well. Now, is it any better than, like, I don't know, the pulverizer? No, not really. It might be faster. I actually don't know. I've never used it. Metallurgy is one of those mods that don't really do too much with. But the final thing we need is what I just got rid of. The storage housing. Or the disk housing? What is it called? Storage housing. Cool. Alright, so we have a little bit of iron. We need some quartz glass. So we're going to need some glass. So sand. Is it 4 or 5? 4. And some quartz. Now we have all these nether quartz seeds. Now these things, we can use a phytogenic isolator to make pure. Or can we still do this the normal way? We're going to need to get... let's just build something right here. And let those set for a minute. And if this works, then perfect. If not, it's unfortunate. But this is not doing anything. So it's either very, very long or else it's disabled. So basically what these do is they will grow into pure nether quartz. There is one way. They all stacked. Okay. So it will grow into pure nether quartz, and apparently we can't do anything with that. So that's fine. It would be nice if we could get that, but whatever. So once we have the housing, we'll get the new storage disk. So let's go ahead and, you know, recycle this one. Get rid of all that stuff. And then I just need to be on the lookout a little bit more proactive about collecting things that are going to give us more iron in general, because we are so close to what we need. So we should be able to just make the quartz glass, and let's make sure there's not a housing in here already. Okay. We could also go down and break one of our low tier storage cells, but let's just make this and turn that in, and we'll get the processing zone 317. So that opens up a new chapter. Alright, so too much clutter. These iron constructs are everywhere in this section. It appears that whatever creates these autonomous caretakers has malfunctioned, and they're clogging some of the machines. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put this in here and see what this is all about. Well, that's a bad sign. And I mean that in the best way. When it wants you to go immediately down, that's not always the best. But let's go ahead and put our shield on. Let's eat up. And okay. It's a factory. I can see this. Let's... Squeaky wheel. Okay. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to see... There doesn't seem to be any... we can't mine anything, which kind of figures. Let's go ahead and light this area up. Let's do like this, I guess. And I'm going to look for... So triple compressed cobblestone, that's good. Blocks of iron. Hey, we have iron. Everything else is... I mean, these are blocks of copper, but this is blocks of iron. We're going to grab this immediately and get out of here. For right now, this area is very gracious. It has given us a lot of iron. I kind of want to look around a little bit more, but that's 17 blocks of iron. That should hold us over for a while. I want to just see... That's a bunch of end stone and transfer pipes. Can I break these? Okay. I half anticipated it saying we couldn't break them. We're going to put that back just because don't need to break it right now. Hello. You are a construct. That looks really strange. But there are iron golems, which is kind of good. And the way is blocked. So let's read a little bit about what's going on. So, too much clutter. The iron constructs are everywhere in this section. It appears that whatever creates these autonomous caretakers have malfunctioned and they're clogging some of the machines. Better clear some of them out. So, we need to kill 12 iron golems. The problem with that, well, there's two problems, really. I don't know where they're spawning in. And these guys hit really hard. We don't have good weapons, so gotta kind of remember that. So let's see what else it is saying. He just spawned in again. I wonder if there's like spawners in the walls here or something. Not sure. Oh, there's probably spawners in those columns, but iron is solved. We have as much iron as we'll ever need now, which is great. Unfortunately, we gotta kill those guys to get it. Like, I want to go up the ladder. Ladders are weird sometimes. I look down and then it just... You're going down now. So let's see what else the quests talk about. So the way is blocked. A large portion of this sleeping metal behemoth is locked up by age and rust. I need to get my hands on some oil before the gears will start moving again. It's the only to push further into... It's the only way to push further into the loud clockwork abomination that surrounds me. So the squeaky wheel needs 20 buckets of crude oil. I'm sure there must be some way to get my hands on some of that slippery crude. Maybe we can find some stored somewhere in this metal nightmare. So we need end stone. What's the purpose of this machine? Given the fact that there are resources piled all around, leads me to believe that it's a gargantuan, multi-dimensional mining rig. Might as well collect some of this rare end stone while I'm here. And that's going to get into some quests. Sterling generator power, solid power from solids and gases. Pulsating iron enderpearls are biological parts from otherworldly monsters. Whoever pioneered the technology required to combine them with iron was both a genius and utterly insane. I suppose those two mental states often go hand in hand. Yes. And combustion generator. Much safer than TNT generator, this powerhouse will churn different amounts of RF based on the fuel you load into it. I bet if I keep working at it, I could process more potent mixtures. Alright, interesting. So, first things first, we're going to grab our iron blocks, and we're going to grab our chisel, and we're going to turn these iron blocks into actual iron blocks. And I actually have to submit 20 iron blocks. Do I really want to do that? You know what? Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's get rid of that quest and get the magnetize ability, even though we already have it. You know what? We'll wait on that. I'm going to unpin that, and we're going to forget about that for now. So we have a ton of iron. I will slowly collect more from beets, especially, and we'll get to that later. Now, we could also be working on getting a bunch of other things in this quest line. Yeah, let's actually just... There's a name down there. Oh, it's the constructs. I can barely read that. Okay, so I think what we're going to do for the last few minutes of this episode, we're going to go ahead and just start working on making some more stuff. So we need to make generators, and all of these generators require a furnace generator, which requires machine blocks. Now, machine blocks are luckily pretty cheap. And you get 4, which is exactly the amount that we need. So we're going to make a machine block. And do all of these require... Yes, they all require a furnace generator. So that is unfortunate, but we're going to need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's grab some more cobblestone. And we should be able to go ahead and just make 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Alright, so culinary generator is the first thing. And we can do a lot of different things. I think the middle one has to be a cooked food. And so... can I use like silverfish? No. Of course not. We'll go ahead and do this. So there's the culinary generator. The death generator requires rotten flesh or bones and a spider eye. I would rather have the rotten flesh. Bones are a little bit more useful. TNT generator. Easy enough. And the frosty generator. Easy enough. So these generators do different things, and honestly, we're not going to use them. Not right now anyways. Our solar panel is giving us plenty of power, so I'm not too worried about energy right now. However, later on down the line, we can use these to make a rainbow generator, and the rainbow generator is really powerful. So we'll kind of save those for that. Basically, the frosty generator works off of ice and snow. The culinary generator works off of food. Death generator works off of mob drops. So it will use bones and rotten flesh and skulls, wither skulls. However, it creates a really bad area of effect that instantly kills you. Well, not instantly, but it causes you to instantly die after a little bit of time, and it's really bad. We also need to get a sound muffler. We got one of these from a reward. The recipe for this is just a note block and some wool. Note block just being wood and redstone, so we can avoid that. But then TNT generator uses TNT or gunpowder, and this explodes around it. It doesn't block off... It doesn't like damage blocks, but it does do damage to the player. But yeah, so that's kind of bad. And then we can get the sound muffler. So basically it muffles sounds. It's good for animal farms as well as like TNT generators and stuff like that. But we have 5 uncommon rewards: golden apples, sponge, bacon, wet sand, and potion of luck. Alright, so I think that is a good stopping point for today. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to spend some time between episodes kind of doing the same thing I always do. Collecting beets, making iron, all that kind of fun stuff. I'm also going to kind of look around. We need to do some questing in Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. We're going to need to get some dark steel. Dark steel is a little bit annoying because we're going to need a lot of obsidian. And obsidian is just kind of a pain just because it requires lava. Do we have a way yet? You know, we probably do. Let me look real quick. So obsidian is the annoying thing. However, we could probably make a magma crucible, maybe. I don't think we have netherrack is the only problem. No. Okay, so the magma crucible is kind of the key to all of that, but we're gonna have to wait on that for a little bit until I can figure out a way to get netherrack, and then we could produce lava. It's very strontium and silicon. Oh, we can definitely make. We're getting strontium from beets, redstone and beet seeds. So okay, we could make a nether brick. We could make nether brick so that we could then make the magma crucible, and then the magma crucible we can use to make lava from various sources. Cobblestone is probably the cheapest. 1 bucket of lava for everything, but there is some better ways to make lava in that sense. But is there other ways to get access? Because we do have a good bit of lava upstairs, but that will eventually run out. I say that, but there is a ton of lava here. So maybe I just won't worry about it. So I'll tell you guys what. I'll make a bunch of obsidian. I'll make maybe like a stack or so of obsidian. And the next time we can go ahead and make some dark steel. We can get the void upgrade for our chemical stuff. That's going to be super important for just dealing with all the oxygen we'll be getting from the beets. And we'll just kind of clean up some of the quests as we have been skipping over the more difficult ones and start working in here. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.